Haribo, Haribo.
Okay.
Haribo. Huh? Okay? Okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Jai Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kṛṣṇa Balaram Kṛṣṇa Balaram Kṛṣṇa Balaram Jaya Kṛṣṇa Balaram Jaya Gauda Nitai Jaya Gauda Nitai Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jai Radha, Shama Sundar Radha, Shama Sundar Radhe. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Śrīla Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Śrīla Prabhupada. Nitai Go Haribo, 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 Nitai Go Haribo. Śrīla Prabhupada ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tado Jayam Adirayet Nasta Preshu Abhadreshu Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 74, The Deliverance of Shishupal, Text 36. Okay, yes. Yayātinaiṣāṁ he kulaṁ śaptaṁ sadbhir bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ sathang śaśvat saparyāṁ katham arhati yayātinaiṣāṁ he kulaṁ again śaptam sadbhir bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ śaśvat saparyāṁ katham arhati yayātinaiṣāṁ he kulam śaptaṁ sadbhir bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ śaśvat saparyāṁ katham arhati.
Yayātinaiṣāṁ hi
Kulam
śaptam sadbhir bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ saśvat saparyāṁ katham arhati bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ śaśvat saparyāṁ katham arhati yayātinaiṣāṁ hi kulam satam sadbhir bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ saparyāṁ arhati yayātinaiṣāṁ saparyāṁ sadbhir bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ śaśvat saparyāṁ arhati yayātinaiṣāṁ hi kulam satam sadbhir bahiṣ-kṛtam vṛthā-pāna-rataṁ śaśvat saparyāṁ arhati
Yayātinā, Yayātinā, Yayāti, eṣām, there, he, indeed, kulam, dynasty, śaptam, was cursed, sadbhir, by well-behaved persons, bahiḥ-kṛtam, ostracized, vṛthā, wantonly, pana, to drinking, ratam, addicted, śaśvat, always, saparyāṁ, worship, katham, how, arhati, does he deserve? Translation. Yayāti cursed the dynasty of these Yādavas, and ever since then they have been ostracized by honest men and addicted to liquor. How then does Kṛṣṇa deserve to be worshipped? Purport by the followers of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī gives the inner meaning of the words of Shishupal to show how he continued unintentionally glorifying Lord Kṛṣṇa and his Yadu dynasty. Even though the Yadus were cursed by Yayāti, they have been relieved bahiṣ-kṛtam of this curse by great saints, and consequently, they have been raised to a position of royal sovereignty by such persons as Kartavirya. Thus they have become absorbed in Pana, protecting the earth. Considering all this, how does Kṛṣṇa, the chief of the Yadus, deserve useless vṛthā worship? Rather, he deserves opulent worship. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistang Stapitang Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Didati Swapadantikam Jai Shri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. I'm sure everyone got a wonderful history lesson yesterday. We have our Panditji giving us all kinds of wonderful details from Mahabharata and Bhagavad Purana. So there's always in the prayers of Queen Kunti, consideration of why Kṛṣṇa appears or he comes to this world. Some say that Mother Earth was overburdened, and the first self-born Brahma was asked to bring the Lord here to relieve the earth of all the demonic personalities who are not behaving properly. Also, Devaki and Vasudeva, in their previous life, they performed great austerities in tapasya. The Lord appeared before them. Yes, benediction. So we want someone just like you, my Lord, as our son. Well, there's no one else like me, so I'll take birth as your son. And they say sometimes he appeared for the Yadu, to glorify the Yadu dynasty. So the Lord appears for his own pleasure. Also, to save the devotees, paritranaya sadhunang vinashaya duṣkṛtam, that he's preventing or annihilating the demonic forces, but always protecting and giving guidance to his devotees. So specifically, Kṛṣṇa appeared in Mahabharata, was related by Vyasadeva for the purpose of giving continual guidance to all the conditioned souls in the world who are bewildered by Maya and the material modes of nature. Everyone in this world, Shishupal was setting the example. He was born actually in a good family, was highly qualified in many ways, but one huge disqualification is that he was anti-Kṛṣṇa, against Kṛṣṇa. But we see how Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, also as was that Kumbhakarna and Ravana, and here Shishupal and Dantavakra, the Lord's personal assistants from Vaikuntha, under the Leela of being cursed by the 4 Kumaras. They appeared in this world as demonic personalities, and just the epitome, very powerful demonic persons, because we think, people are atheistic or scientists, how can they be demons, or educators or teachers? But anyone who is defying the order or the law of God is considered to be demonic. There's devotees and there's demons. And the human life is a rare opportunity. So Kṛṣṇa is performing so many wonderful activities, although not everyone understood that Kṛṣṇa is the Supreme Lord. Mother Kunti understood, even though she was considering Kṛṣṇa like her nephew, because her brother, Vasudeva, apparently gave birth to Kṛṣṇa. But Kṛṣṇa is unborn. And to think of Kṛṣṇa being an ordinary human being is a misunderstanding. That Kṛṣṇa is Ishvara Parama Kṛṣṇa Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karna Karnam. He's the Lord of the spiritual world. He's existed in the past, he's existing now, and will continue to exist in the future, as he told Arjuna that all of us are eternal. So each and every one of us have consciousness of this body. And the body goes through many stages: birth, growth, some development, produce byproducts, and then what happens? Dwindling, and then dying. We have to leave the body. Everyone has to leave this material body. And as we know, Shishupal had a benediction, so Kṛṣṇa was tolerating him as Shishupal was throwing out all these blasphemous, criticizing Kṛṣṇa, that he comes, his dynasty, he doesn't know what he's not a Brahmin, Kshatriya, he doesn't know or have any kind of a reputation, and his whole dynasty are addicted to liquor. But Vishwanath Chakravartī Thakur, he explains it in such a way as a glorification of Kṛṣṇa, where the Shishupal was trying to insult and deride him in many ways. So this is the purpose of human life, to understand, who am I? This is my family, my country, this is my body. And although we're hearing that we're not the material body, that attachment is very, very strong. After Queen Kunti, I happen to like the Queen, when we were in Miami Airport distributing books, we had a huge shipment of teachings of Queen Kunti. So in the airport, and the size was just right. It wasn't too big, it was easier to distribute to people. And the lessons are so powerful, one lesson after another, glorifying Krishna's power, his beauty, his purpose of descending, his protecting and taking us out of illusion and giving us guidance at all times to reawaken our original consciousness, our original God consciousness, which has been colored by illusion of the three modes of material nature. Soon as we deviate and come into this world, immediately our true identity is covered, and we start identifying with either as a demigod, a human being, as a beast, as a pig, as a dog. And once you have a dog body, you have to act like a dog. In your pig's body, you have to eat stool and act like a pig. In the human form of life, we're thinking modern technology and advancement, scientists are looking for ways how to conquer Mother Nature, how to retain our beauty. The cosmetic industry is a multi-billion or trillion industry that people are thinking, well, let me put some cream on, get rid of these wrinkles. Let me take some rejuvenation pills or juices so I can have vitality and strength. I can live a few extra years. But we see that Mother Nature is very cruel. And that even though through our science and technology and inventions, still we're forced to grow old. We're still forced to get diseased and die. And these are the real problems of life. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha, dosha, anudarshanam. And even though the scientists are creating so many, atomic energy so they can destroy hundreds, thousands, millions of people with one shot, the nuclear bombs, even that was happening in Mahabharata time. Isn't it? Ashvatthama, after the battle of Kurukshetra, he was a little disappointed that he wanted to kill the Pandavas. What to speak of the last Kuru? They considered Parikshit also Kuru, Pandavas and Kauravas, but it's all one family. There's a family feud. Sometimes in our family we have feuds, isn't it? The daughter-in-law, the mother, the cousins, the brothers, sisters, and there's some famous feuds, that take place. So this was a huge battle taking place because the Pandavas were being disrespected. And not only that, but Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, Dushasana, Dhritarashtra was feeling, okay, I was blind, my brother Pandu got the kingdom, but now Pandu's gone, so at least my sons should take the kingdom. But rightfully, the Pandavas have the right, Yudhishthira being the eldest. And so all the plots were taking place, so much so that they tried to disrobe Draupadi, and they were forced into a cheating gambling match and forced to go to the forest. And even they tried to kill them in so many ways. But Kṛṣṇa, of course he can interfere, but Kṛṣṇa does not interfere with our independence. And to be a close associate of the Lord and still have so much troubles and suffering. But Queen Kunti considered that all these troubles, they have not ended, because the battle of Kurukshetra may be over, but the sons and also the new generations of family members, they're going to again come and attack. So we see there's one war after another. Whenever there's disturbance and people are not following religious principles, and the government is not giving proper guidance of enlightenment to how to fulfill the purpose of life, then naturally pestilence, disease is there, war is there, earthquakes, fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, and so many battles are taking place. Even in our present day, we're seeing. So Kṛṣṇa, very, very much concerned about the condition of his devotees, He was protecting Arjuna, even broke his promise because Bhishma promised to kill the Pandavas with great valor and great strength. But even though he had to break his own promise for the protection of his devotees, this is where Kṛṣṇa is really taking personal care. One might think, well, why is Kṛṣṇa being partial? Like in a kingdom, the king, he protects all the citizens. But for his personal entourage, he gives special care. And one cannot consider, oh, then he is, like imagine if you're close to the president, not Trump, but anyway, whatever. If you're close to the president, and so maybe he'll give you some special care. This is the idea that Kṛṣṇa, he's protecting everyone, providing for everyone, but at the same time, those who are surrendered, yayātinaiṣāṁ prapajyate tangs tataiva bhajamyaham. And what great fortune we have to even hear about Kṛṣṇa. Oh, there's a solution to the problems of life. I can become deathless. Who wants to die? Nobody wants to die. Everyone is, you try to stop an ant from marching forward, it goes this way, it goes that way. And any creature, when they feel threat, the birds, and when you're driving, you see the birds, they're getting their nourishment from the kill on the road. And as you get closer, immediately they all fly away. So everyone has a sense. Kṛṣṇa is so amazing how foolish people can think that everything comes from nothing. The Big Bang. Whenever there's a big explosion, all you see is rubble. All you see is disaster and destruction. When there's a big bang in a building, people die and everything crumbles down to the ground. Whereas Kṛṣṇa not only has unlimited universes, but the sun and the moon, they rise and set very timely. Not even a fraction of a moment are they off. And all the stars, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, are floating in space. Miraculously, they have so many mountains and oceans. And then the springtime comes, the fruits and flowers are emanating from all the trees and bushes, and everything is so systematic, everything is provided for. There's rain, there's fire, there's everything which all of us need to live is being provided by Kṛṣṇa. So anyone who's contemplative or a little intelligent, we pray to God, give us our daily bread and protect us, give us, some wealth, relieve us of distress. When someone is in distress, when you hear about all the fighting taking place, when someone is fearing for his life, they pray to God. So one who's distressed, one who's in need of money, one who's inquisitive, and one who's searching for knowledge of the absolute truth. These are different categories. So we may have not fallen into the inquisitive side or in searching for the absolute truth. But Srila Prabhupada, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda, Krishna and Balaram, again came, okay, I spoke Bhagavad Gita, even though I spoke it to the sun god millions of years ago. Arjuna said, oh yeah, really? How'd you do that? We're contemporaries. So Arjuna started asking all kinds of wonderful questions to alleviate our doubts. Because we all have doubts. We all have a cheating propensity. But Kṛṣṇa, everything comes from Kṛṣṇa. Isn't it? Krishna's called Makanchor, the butter thief. And sometimes the gopis were complaining to Mother Yashoda, your son Kṛṣṇa, he comes and breaks our pots and steals our butter, steals our yogurt, and then feeds it to the monkeys, say it's not of any good quality anyway, So, and Mother Yashoda thinking about chastising Kṛṣṇa, but she can't chastise him. She loves him so much. And Kṛṣṇa, he likes to reciprocate with the gopis and the cowherd boyfriends. They're playing with Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa, you're not such a big man. I can beat you. And of course the gopis are fully surrendered. What to speak of Nanda, Yashoda. They're loving Kṛṣṇa. And Kṛṣṇa has these kind of reciprocations. Just like if someone cares for us and thinks about us, they think, oh, thank you for asking. Thank you for caring. Isn't it? If somebody's, family maybe is in difficulty or your condolences, oh, Prabhu, are you okay? How are you feeling? Oh, thank you for asking. Appreciate that. So even though Mother Yashoda was chasing Kṛṣṇa around to try tying him up for being such a naughty boy, and Kṛṣṇa has eyes are full of tears, and he's rubbing his eyes, and mascara is dripping, and he's feeling, yes, I did bad thing. But he's the Supreme Lord, the master of everything and everyone. But he's having intimate relationship with Mother Yashoda. So Kṛṣṇa, he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Balaram, who is also the first expansion of Kṛṣṇa, original guru. So Lord Nityananda is the original guru, original spiritual master. Spiritual master is essential for anyone who wants to understand what is the truth. I'm in ignorance. Imagine you're blind. So you want to not take the hand or follow another blind person. You want to follow someone who's seen the truth, someone who can awaken us to, or guide us to our destination. So this is Lord Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they came for the purpose of spreading this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. This Sankirtan mission is the purpose of spiritual pilgrimage, just like we had just recently this wonderful Kumbh Mela in Prayagraj. So many millions of people went. Very nice, you bathe, and they say that many hundreds and thousands, millions of people come to Vrindavan, and sometimes they just visit a few places or, visit the Jamuna and then carry on with their other activities. What's the next sightseeing adventure? But the purpose of pilgrimage is to hear from the self-realized soul. Because it's not just some ritualistic ceremony or some so-called sacrifice without any understanding or purpose. Just like when Nanda Maharaj and all the cowherd men were preparing to worship Lord Indra with a big sacrifice for Indra Puja. But our Kṛṣṇa was asking, Father, why is all this taking place? And Nanda thought, well, I can't, it's a small child, he won't understand. No, the family members, you should let me know. Because unless we understand why we're performing certain sacrifices and activities, then there's no meaning behind them. So Nanda explained that we're all depending on the rain. The rain nourishes the grains, and there's produce, and we can feed our cows, and society can survive in this way. Because of this yajna, sacrifice, we're getting nourishment to survive. And Kṛṣṇa explained that no, there's no need. If you worship Govardhan, and he took the form of Govardhan, showing that by serving Kṛṣṇa, all the demigods are satisfied, all the necessities of life are provided for. And Yudhishthira Maharaj was very happy to glorify Kṛṣṇa. Although there were many qualified personalities, Bhishma was there, and so many other saintly personalities. They came from various heavenly planets. All the great sages arrived there, Vyasadeva, Narada Muni. If you see all the priests that were engaged for the Rajasuya sacrifice, these are great, Vasishta, Parasuram. Many powerful personalities were there, but no one could actually pinpoint who was going to have this Agra Puja, the first puja, in order to make this yajna, this Rajasuya sacrifice successful. Then Sahadev gave a very animated and very beautiful glorification of how Kṛṣṇa, he's the most qualified. Devotees can appreciate when we see Kṛṣṇa or hear about Kṛṣṇa and Kṛṣṇa's beauty and glory and power, and how he's created everything, how he's in the heart of every living being, how he's guiding us. Everyone's being guided and protected by Kṛṣṇa. But if we're forgetting Kṛṣṇa, and if we're looking selfishly to thinking that I will enjoy this world by my own endeavors, I have a very powerful family, I have a big army, my nation will take care of me. None of these things will help us. If you're sick, you might have the best doctor and the best medicine, but the doctor cannot guarantee. Can you guarantee that I'll be okay? I'll do my best. But it's in the hands of Kṛṣṇa. And it's not that Krishna's killing, but karmana daivana trena. All of us are acting with these bodies and senses. Our mind is serving the senses. Our intelligence is giving the mind the means to orchestrate so that, okay, what time do they lock the Mahaprasadam up? You know, how do I get that? Because that used to be a big problem in the earlier days. The walk-in, the devotees would break the lock and steal all the burfi and Maha. It was considered okay at some stages, but we're all looking for happiness and for pleasure, how to gratify the senses. You want to see something beautiful, you want to hear, you see all the headphones on, everyone's hearing all the nice tunes. Maybe they're listening to Bhagavatam, I don't know. And so we want to hear, you want to touch, you want to smell, you want to taste, the tongue. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the 6 Goswamis, the immediate disciples of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were absorbed in kirtan, hearing about Krishna, chanting and dancing. And someone of mundane consciousness might think, oh, why you're wasting all your time just jumping and dancing, and you know, why not just enjoy? And what is their enjoyment? Factories making nuts and bolts and rubber tires. Isn't it? What is industry? What is modern technology? Besides making bombs to destroy people and bringing everyone out of the countryside, which is natural living. You're living on the land, you're getting fresh produce, the cow is producing milk, they're naturally grazing, and you have a simple lifestyle which is very happy and satisfying, living the village life. No, come to the city, you'll get so much more money. You know, you can live like a pigeon in a pigeonhole facilities and make nuts and bolts and drive your trucks back and forth. And frankly, all the pollution and all the dissatisfaction people are feeling is from so-called modern technology trying to defy the laws of God and thinking that by their atheistic, secular schooling system, oh no, we don't want to worship God in the schooling system then. You know, they want to be fair to everybody, whatever you do what you want to do. And this is a problem, that we're not free to do what we want to do, because by the activities of not following the laws of God, laws of Kṛṣṇa, and Bhagavad Gita is the Krishna's personally speaking to Arjuna. And if we hear Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master, a self-realized soul, we can understand the deep meaning behind it. Otherwise, it's just words. Those who are of crow mentality, they're addicted to crow-like activities. You know, what's going on in politics, what's going on in the stock market, looking at a paper, a bunch of papers, advertisement for the movies and sense gratification. But the Krishna consciousness is for swan-like persons who are looking for the essence of life. And the beauty of Krishna consciousness is we can convert the crow-like persons into swans, that we can give up a taste for the so-called pleasures of the material world by parang drishva nivartate. A higher taste will come. But that higher taste comes by engaging ourselves in the devotional service of Krishna. Isn't it? Tadviri pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanas tatpadarshana. So try to learn the truth by approaching a bona fide spiritual master. Inquire submissively and render service. Not that we want to just become parasites. Oh yes, thank you, Guru Maharaj, you gave me so much knowledge. So what are you going to do? Nothing, I'm just going to enjoy it. You know, there's regular meals happening and I got a nice comfortable place to sleep. No, actually, devotee means one who's eager and enthusiastic to help the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to preach the message of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada was pushing, whipping the devotees that go out and preach, distribute my books, print the books. Isn't it? We heard about that marathon when Prabhupada was feeling in his Leela disappointed that he's translating so much and has so many manuscripts, but the books are not being produced. And Rameshwar and Radha Ballabh, they said, well, okay, we can increase it. We can produce one book every 3 months or so. And Prabhupada said, no, I want all 17 books in 2 months. So Rameshwar and Radha Ballabh, they kind of stepped back from the walk, morning walk, and they came and came to the realization. They said, first of all, it's impossible. Prabhupada said, impossible is in a fool's dictionary. And what Prabhupada accomplished is considered totally impossible. An elderly gentleman with dhoti kurta and plastic white shoes and a little umbrella, no money, comes across the ocean suffering heart attacks, and with just a few books in hand, and created a spiritual revolution which spread throughout the world in a matter of a few years. That is considered impossible. So Rameshwar again thought about it. Okay, well, we'll have to move the whole BBT to Los Angeles. We'll do this, we'll do that. Okay, do it. And so this is a real general, a real leader that Srila Prabhupada, he himself was setting the prime example of always glorifying Kṛṣṇa, always ready, even though his body may be apparently ill, and he's even having fever or weak, feeling some weakness. Still, once he's glorifying Kṛṣṇa, he's still bringing out such powerful presentations. That we're not the material body, that this body is simply a vehicle, it's an instrument, and if it's used in the service of Kṛṣṇa, and we hear about Kṛṣṇa and chant Kṛṣṇa's glories and serve, isn't it? I remember in Miami, this is in the 70s, and we were just beginning our devotional service, and there was so much activity going on, full morning program. Everyone was just, there was no question of how to miss the morning program. You want to come for the Mangal Arati, see the beauty of the deities every day, 2, 3 outfits, 4 outfits, first class, better than first class. It's all for Kṛṣṇa. And then hearing Bhagavatam, the association of devotees, following the instructions of the spiritual master. Okay, your breakfast is finished. Now what to do? Find the temple commander. I'm ready. Okay, all right, what should we do now? I mean, if someone is eagerly coming and responsibly volunteering their service that I want to do something, okay, we're going to paint the temple. Great, give me the ladder. I'm ready for it. This utsaha nischayat taryat, without enthusiasm, determination, then there's nothing much can be accomplished. Also, we have our 50th anniversary coming, and we have many programs set up and about 4 or 5 cultural plays. And I'm sure that the cultural department will not allow someone to perform on the stage unless they came from rehearsals. One has to rehearse. You can't just expect it, oh, no, I'm just going to come, give me the stage, I want to perform. No. And now they're starting already the rehearsals, because by practice makes perfect. We need to be actively involved in Kṛṣṇa's service. That term parasite really sounds like sometimes the materialists would criticize devotees, oh, you're not doing anything for society, you're not helping but truly, Kṛṣṇa consciousness is giving ultimate knowledge of the purpose of our life. And prasad distribution, this is the Lord's remnants to help purify the mind and elevate the consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, even in a new temple, brand new society, so what is our program for prasad distribution? And the temple is an oasis, is where we can actually have the darshan of Kṛṣṇa. Not that Kṛṣṇa is just a piece of stone or wood. Kṛṣṇa is everywhere. He's all pervasive. But that's for the advanced devotee. The neophyte, he needs a structured system of worship. The temple is a real oasis. It's a spiritual abode within the material atmosphere. Because what takes place here? Chanting, dancing, hearing of the glories of Kṛṣṇa, nice prasad arrangements, festivals, lots of festivals, glorifying Kṛṣṇa. So we should not be in any way thinking that my time is being used, I could be out making money, or I have so many duties, so many responsibilities, my family, they need many things, I need to go out and work. Too busy to hear about Kṛṣṇa. But if we, with faith, apply ourselves in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, then difficult things become much easier. I remember I was managing in Florida, and if we think that, well, just by my meetings and my managerial expertise, things will get done. If we neglect our hearing and chanting, then even difficult or easy things become very difficult. But by hearing and chanting, and by trying to follow Prabhupada's instructions of reading it's essential, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Purana, hearing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Chaitanya Charitamrita, hearing nectar of devotion, the process of devotional service, what to do, what not to do. And by hearing in the association of devotees, then the light, the cloud of ignorance, of delusion, fades away, and the bright sunshine of Kṛṣṇa consciousness enters our heart and enters our mind. And miraculously, even though we may feel totally unqualified, oh, I'm so conditioned, I'm so envious, jealous, lusty, greedy, so many disqualifications are there, I have no love for Kṛṣṇa, how will this all work for me? The power of the chanting of the Lord's holy name, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra is very, very sweet, but Lord Chaitanya said, oh, I have no taste for this mantra. We're not like Rupa Goswami, who's looking for millions of tongues and trillions of ears. We're not on that platform. Maybe some are. But simply by following the order of the spiritual master, having faith in Guru and Kṛṣṇa, then all the Vedic purports are revealed. Because it's not the kind of spiritual advancement or realization we'll get by our own endeavors. Oh, I'm studying many books. I go, why do we pay fees at the university to the professor? So we can hear the lessons of the professor and get some guidance and knowledge. So whatever money, whatever energy we have, if we use it for Kṛṣṇa consciousness, spreading the glories of Kṛṣṇa, and Kṛṣṇa's taking care. Kṛṣṇa's in the heart as Paramatma, Sarvasya Chahang Hridisana Vishto Matat Smriti Jnano Pohanangcha. He is giving us, Brahma was born by Narayan from the lotus Pavanjava. What is the Lord's name for giving birth to Pavanabha? Pavanabha, yes. Giving from the lotus to Lord Brahma without the help of Lakshmi. But still, the Lord revealed Tene Brahma Hrida Adikavaye through the heart of Brahma, because he was satisfied with his tapasya and sacrifice that Brahma was making, that he revealed the whole spiritual world. And so, in the same way, Kṛṣṇa's waiting, watching. He's in our heart, and it's not just a ceremonious slogan that the Lord's in the heart. He's in the heart of every living being, and waiting for us to turn our face to Him, and make that plea that somehow or other I've fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of suffering, engage me as one of your servants. So that's a high qualification to be a servant of the Supreme Lord. Imagine being the direct assistant of Mr. Modi here in India, the Prime Minister, big position, or the CM, or this or that. So these are, to be a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord is a very glorious position. Not that we're looking for that, we're actually trying to become humble, tolerant, and merciful to everyone. Sometimes it's hard to think that one should see the Lord in everyone's heart and be kind to everyone. Because when you're on the road and people are beeping at you or, cutting you off, or you sometimes say things that you shouldn't say, you idiot, But to come to the level of genuinely seeing Krishna's in everyone's heart, and this person's also a servant of Kṛṣṇa, just being embodied with a body that may not be very pleasant. And so this is a sign of advancement, that one is ready to offer all respects to others without expecting, recognition and respect for oneself. But the Goswamis, they were ministers from wealthy families, but they consider themselves humble servants. Isn't it? Jivera Swarupoya Krishna Das, or Gopi Bharatu Padakamalagora Das 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 Anudas. Very much removed. So the story is actually taking one shape, how Krishna, he tolerated Shishupal to a certain extent, and he'll send Shudasan Chakra to take care of the business, so not to get any blood in the sacrificial arena. Otherwise, if he would allow them, the Pandavas had their swords out, and also all the followers and devotees of Krishna. How this rascal is speaking such nonsense about such a great Krishna? We're going to kill him on the spot. Krishna tolerated so long, but then with his Sudarshan Chakra, clean cut. But the amazing thing is the Shishupal's spirit entered into Krishna. So Krishna doesn't have any hate or resentment for anyone, isn't it? And then he not only entered the Brahma Jyoti, but also went back to his original position of being a direct servant of Krishna in Vaikuntha. So we all can go back home, back to the spiritual world. We may see it, this is such a distant, bahunang jamanamante gyanavan mang prapajya, after many, many births. But Krishna, through the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through the mercy of Śrīla Prabhupada, has given us a really accelerated process, because we're very fallen. Kali Yuga is accelerating and growing very quickly. There's so many challenges to take up spiritual life. There are so many so-called temptations in this material world to deviate us from the path of bhakti. But we take up this Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam, kalu nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. Pariksit Maharaj just sat and heard Shukadev Goswami glorifying the process of bhakti, devotional service in Krishna consciousness. So we have that wonderful opportunity to hear Prabhupada, to read his books, to render service in the form of Sankirtan, deity worship, cleaning the temple. Prabhupada says the Krishna conscious temples are known to be clean, and they should be clean. So we're attempting, especially for the 50th anniversary, you see we're trying to paint everything, clean everything, prepare ourselves to glorify Prabhupada's the wonderful victory of establishing Krishna Balaram Mandir, which is actually an inspiration for the whole world, and is incredibly the most beautiful deities, Krishna Balaram, Gaura-Nitai, Radha-Shyama, Sunalita, Vishaka Devi. And even I think on that special day we're going to have a few extra gopis coming to join us for this celebration. So we would like everyone to be enthusiastic and participate in the wonderful celebrations. Daily is a celebration in Vrindavan, but also we have our Ram Nomi coming up, 50th anniversary, which is quite an important, significant glorification, glory of Śrīla Prabhupada. He was very happy, very satisfied. If you see Prabhupada offering arti to Krishna Balaram, a big smile. And we're also going to hear the lecture Prabhupada gave to all the audience, and we're hoping that it's a grand success. Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We have time for a few questions, if anyone, or comments. Question.
Hare Krishna. So we see this, the whole Yadu dynasty was cursed. Yadu was basically cursed by his father, and the offsprings of Yadu never enjoyed the kingdom because of the curse. So the curse factor we can understand in the old yugas was so strong, and it is to really manifest. Now the question is, this curse factor, does it really works in this Kali Yuga? Because most of the curse, if you see in the past, it was by the sages and the Rishi Munis. But what about if someone is cursing someone in this Kali Yuga? Does that work?
So, yes, the curse is even a young Brahmana boy cursed Parikshit Maharaj, and Parikshit Maharaj actually had the power to dismiss the curse, but he decided, no, I will accept it, I offended. And even the Yadu dynasty, as you said, was cursed. So do curses actually work in Kali Yuga, because things are very degraded? Well, in one sense, we've been cursed because of the bodily concept of life. Just to be an illusion, to think that this is my family, this is my body, this is my country, this is my nation, this is my religion. That's all a curse of Maya. And like when you're in the prison house, you may think, well, do the punishments really work? Whether there's less potency, just like there are no more these horse sacrifice or cow sacrifice, taking sannyas, different religious ceremonies and functions meant for, the Kali Yuga, there's no qualified brahmanas to chant the mantras properly, because during the Rajasuya sacrifice there were priests, many priests, and there were some officiating priests, so like judges, like if when the activities are going on, if somebody pronounces something wrong, he would immediately correct it, so that the execution of the yajna is done perfectly, nicely done. But there's no qualified personalities that can actually perform. And Ashwatthama, although he used the Brahmastra to try to kill Parikshit Maharaj and the last remaining dynasty from the Pandavas, Kṛṣṇa personally took charge. He personally saved Uttara and Parikshit Maharaj, and what to speak of always saving them. So, in answer to your question, curses are already there because of the bewilderment of the bodily concept of life. But the blessings of Kṛṣṇa in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and empowered General Prabhupada, that blessing is taking effect. So the blessings are taking effect. So let's take that part. Curses are also there, but we may not see them in the same way. Any other question? Come on, Shruta, give me something. What's that? You travel with Prabhupada, you got to say something. Anyone?
None.
Everyone's feeling enlivened?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hare.
Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
You go.